Hello everyone and welcome back to Chess Noob. This is Shantan Chandra and I hope that you are doing well in this pandemic. Okay, we all know that FIDE has come up with the online edition of Chess Olympiad which is going to be held soon from 25th of July to 30th of August. And I was going through the website of FIDE, figuring out how the tournament is going to be held, what is the format, because FIDE has come up with a lot of diversity this time in this event, and there are a lot of changes and a lot of new rules. So while I was going through, I found it very difficult to understand what the whole documents that were there on the online meant. So it took me around 2 days to understand the whole thing, and so I decided to make this video so as to that the viewers of Chess Noob can understand the chess rules through this video. Also, disclaimer: this video is going to be long because there are a lot of intricacies, a lot of changes, and I am going through each and every detail. So please watch this video till the end. And without much further ado, let's go straight into the details. Okay, so let us start with the format of the tournament. The tournament will be held from 25th of July to 30th of August. Initially, it was scheduled to be held from 22nd of July to 30th of August 2020, but then FIDE has rescheduled it and postponed it. So the details of the whole schedule that was up on the FIDE website was from 22nd of July, as I was making the video today on 21st of July at 8:30 p.m. in the evening in India. So I'm not adding that into the video because that is going to be changed. Moving on, that there are total of 163 teams that have registered for the tournament. The time control for this event will be 15 minutes plus 5-second increment per move. The scoring system, although remains same, 2 points for win, 1 for draw, and 0 for loss. The event consists of two main stages: the division stage and the playoff stage, from round of 16 to the final. Okay, so since the online Olympiad is a mixed event for pairing purposes, the ranking established was in accordance with the final standings of the last Gapran-Dishevili Cup that was held, which combines the results in the open and women's sections at the Batumi World Chess Olympiad 2018. All the teams participants are divided into 5 divisions ranked from base divisions to top divisions. Now let us look at the team compositions. Each team will consist of 6 players in a mixed format with minimum of 3 female players and 2 junior players. Well, FIDE has given some strict instructions and there are some rules, there must be at least one under 20 player born in 2020 or later, at least 2 women players, and at least one girl under 20 born in 2000 or later. All the matches are to be played on 6 boards instead of 4, which we generally do in the normal case. But this time there will be 6 boards divided into 4 categories. If category A, open, boards 1 and 2, category B, women, boards 3 and 4, and category C, open 20, under 20, and category D, that is board 6, girl under 20. Okay, now let us see how the substitutions are going to take place. In case of substitution in category A or B, the remaining main players plays on board 1 or 3 and the reserve players goes to board 2 or 4. If both the main players are substituted from in category A and B, then the reserve one in each category takes the higher board in 1 or 3. For category C and D, there will be a direct swap. During the stage 1, the compositions of each for each of 3 matches of a daily session should be announced not later than 30 minutes before the beginning of the first match, and during the second stage the composition of each match should be announced not later than 30 minutes before the beginning of the relevant match. So now since this substitution case is different from the other thing, so like the natural case, let us go and watch an example how this is going to work. Okay, so now let us take the Indian team for examples. The Indian team is currently, you can see from board 1 to 12, it's Vishy Anand, Vidit Gujarati, Konuri Hampi, Harika, Nihal, Divya, Hari Krishna, Arvind Chitambaram, Bhakti Kulkarni, Vaishali R, Pragnananda, and Vantika Agarwal on the top two boards. Now, what if Vidit wants to change and want to rest Anand and Kunuri Hampi for a match? For that, when he rests both of them, whoever is coming in from the reserve bench, that is either Hari Krishna or Chidambaram, will take the second spot. Like Vidit will go up to one, and Hari Krishna will take the or Hari Krishna or Arvind Chidambaram will take the second board. Similarly, Harika will move up to board 3, and whoever is coming in, for this case, I have taken Vaishali R, WGM, she will take the fourth place, and the fifth and sixth remains whatever you like. You can directly swap 5 and 6, like Pragananda can come in place of Nihal and Divya. Pragananda can come in place of Nihal, and Divya Vantika can come in place of Divya. Also, similarly, we have to understand that what if Vidit wants to rest both of them, like Anand and himself, and also Konuru and Harika. In that case, we will see that Hari Krishna, since he is placed at board 7, will come up to board 1. And Arvind Chidambaram, placed at 8, will come up to board 2. Mind you, Arvind cannot go and play at board 1. And similarly, Bhakti Kulkarni will take the board 3, and Vaishali will take the board 4. And the remaining remains the same. Like Nihal takes the 5th place, and the 6th board goes to Avantika or Divya, or the 5th board goes to Nihal. Now let us see the teams in the divisions, that is from base division to the top division. I'll go into the intricacies of how the tournament will work, like from base division to the top division to the playoffs. But before that, let us look at the teams. So on the base division, on the left side, you can see there are teams like Oman, Libya, Mali, uh, and many other teams. And on the other side, you can see there on the fourth division there are teams like Hong Kong, Thailand, Uganda, and so on, Malta, Hong Kong, and so on. And third division comprises of the teams like Mexico, Chile, El Salvador, Scotland, New Zealand, Sri Lanka, and many more. While on the right side, you can see the second division consists of teams like Hungary, Germany, England, Spain, Austria, and so on. While the top divisions consist of chess heavyweights like China, Russia, India, USA, uh, and many other teams like Iran, and so on. Now let us see how the tournament format is going to work. That is, we'll start with the stage 1, that is the division stage. The division stage starts with the base division. The base division consists of total number of 30 teams. They are divided into pool A, B, and C of 10 teams each. Each teams are divided according to the rating average. In each pool, 9 double round robin matches will be played among themselves, the pool members, with alternating colors. And after all the rounds, the top 4 teams from each pool will qualify for for division 4. That is a total number of 12 teams, 4 into 3, that is 12. Okay. Now division 4. Division 4 consists of a total number of 38 seeded teams that are registered, who are ranked higher than the base division teams according to the standings of the last Gaprandishvili Cup. 12 teams from the base division will make it total 50. So these 50 teams will be in turn divided into 5 pools of 10 teams each according to the rating average. And now the pool members will play 9 round robin matches with each other like the base division, and all the top 3 teams from each pool will qualify for division 3. Division 3 will also follow the process of division 4. The same number of 35 teams and 15 from division 4 will make it 50, and these are again divided in 5 pools, and again they will 10 teams each, they will play double round robin, and after all the rounds, top 3 teams from each pool will qualify for Division 2. Division 2 is also same like the other, 35 team registered, 15 from Division 3, not Division 4 guys, it is a mistake. And these teams will be divided into 5 pools of 10 teams each according to rating average, and then again they will play, and after all the rounds the top 3 teams from each pool will qualify for the top division. Okay guys, now in the top division the total number of seeded teams will be 5, and 5 teams are nominated by the 4 continents, that are Asia, Africa, Europe and the Americas. 15 teams will be there from division 2, which will make it 40, like 5 and 20, 25 plus 15 makes it 40. These teams are divided into 4 pools of 10 teams each, not 5 pools guys, that is a mistake. And again they will play each other in 9 round robin with alternating colors, and after all the rounds 3 teams from each pool will qualify for stage 2, that is the playoffs. So a total of 4 into 3 is equal to 12 are qualifying for the playoffs. Now let us understand the second stage of the tournament, that is the playoff stage. Before starting off with the playoff stage, let us understand the format. The format is going to be different from the division stages. They are going to play it in a knockout format, and they are calling it, FIDE is calling it duels. In the first match, the first named team in a duel has white on the odd number boards and the black on the even number of boards, and vice versa. In the second match, the team named first will have the white on the even number of boards and black on the odd number of boards. Armageddon matches will be played if required to break off the tie between the 2 teams. Okay, so the playoffs are divided into 2 stage, preliminary round and the quarterfinals. The top teams from each of the 4 pools will qualify to the quarterfinals. The remaining 8 teams that have qualified will face off each other, which face off teams from each other pools for a preliminary playoff, and then the 4 winners from the 8 will join the 4 to complete the tournament from quarterfinals to finals. Now guys, I know it is very difficult to understand from here, so I have prepared an example for you. So suppose in an hypothetical situation, after all the matches of top divisions, in pool A, Russia finished first, Georgia second, Iran third. In pool B, India finished first, Poland second, Canada third. In pool C, China, Azerbaijan, Uzbekistan, and in pool D, USA, Armenia and Ukraine. And now all the teams that have finished first, that is Russia, India, China and USA, will directly qualify to the quarterfinals of the playoffs, while the other 2 teams each of the 4 pools, that is Georgia, Iran, Poland, Canada, Azerbaijan, Uzbekistan, Armenia and Ukraine, will play each other with teams of other pools to qualify for the quarterfinals. So for example, from pool A, Georgia has finished second, will play the 3rd team of pool B, that is Canada, and subsequently Poland who has placed second, will play Iran on of pool A. And subsequently the duel 3 will consist of Azerbaijan and Ukraine, while the duel 4 will go with Armenia and Uzbekistan. Now the quarterfinals will be like this, that the Russia will be who has finished first of pool A will be facing the winner of the duel 4, that is Armenia and Uzbekistan. This is done so that the teams do not face the same teams from their pool in the playoffs. And now all the 8 teams, that is 4 from the preliminary playoffs and 4 who have already qualified for the quarterfinals by the virtue of leading the pools, will face each other in quarterfinals, and then the winners will face the in semifinals and subsequently in finals, and we'll have a FIDE online Olympiad champion for the year 2020. And one more information, the hosting platform has not been yet announced by FIDE. I hope I have covered all the things that was there to be told. So thank you guys for watching, and please kindly do like and subscribe if you like this video. And also if you have any other comments, any other queries, kindly comment in the comment section, and I can answer to your queries. And stay safe, stay healthy, and see you in the next video. Thank you guys for watching.